Welcome back. One final point before we go tonight. Remember that time liberals told us that raising the age to 21 years old in order to purchase a firearm that would stop mass shooters? Well, the Maryland school shooter was 17 years old. He got a gun, didn't he? In Maryland, it is illegal for anybody under the age of 21 to purchase or possess a handgun. That age limit didn't stop this shooter. You know, it did stop the shooter, a good guy with a gun. Liberals hate that. Liberals hate the fact that their gun control laws did not work. Liberals hate that it was not a so-called assault weapon that was used in this attack. Liberals hate that the armed security guard in the school shot and killed the attacker. Liberals hate that a good guy with a gun stopped a bad guy with a gun. Because now, how else are liberals going to argue that gun control is the only solution to gun violence in schools? Now, one guy wrote into me yesterday and he said, I don't know of any Democrats who are suggesting police not have guns. He was referring to the fact that the good guy with the gun who shot the attacker was a deputy, the school resource officer. So first of all, yes, I'm glad you noticed the hypocrisy here, that the same progressive groups who just last year were cheering on Colin Kaepernick as he was kneeling for our national anthem, calling cops pigs and pushing for the demilitarization of police, are now the same people calling for only police to have AR-15s. Read the goals of the March for Our Lives. Better yet, let me read it to you. Our elected officials, they say, must act by passing a law to ban the sale of assault weapons. No civilian should be able to access these weapons of war, which should be restricted for use by our military and law enforcement only. Second of all, name me one gun control activist who's come out in support of arming teachers. One, just one. One organizer of any of these marches who claims enough is enough about school shootings and is pushing for more armed security in schools. Can't name any, can ya? That's right, because the Democrats are waging a war on guns instead of a war on violence. Democrats are actually being honest for once. They're saying we want to ban semi-automatic firearms instead of doing anything that would actually solve mass shootings, like adding more armed security in schools or arming teachers. And when a hero school resource officer stops a school shooter because the officer was armed and confronted the attacker, the media and the left won't even report it. They mocked me for thanking God that the security guard saved lives, because liberals cannot stand the idea that a good guy with a gun stopped a bad guy with a gun. And that's my final point. You can reach me on Twitter at Liz_Wheeler. If you like the show, please send me an email at oann.com/contact. In the meantime, catch us here tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern, and until then, have a good night.